Hello. Greetings. Greetings, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and welcome to the stream and the shenanigans. Currently, as you can see from the title and the image, we're going through The Lily and the Crown. And before we get into that, thank you very much, Honeycomb, for continuing to be a subscriber for the last 16 months. Jesus. Wow. Wow. Dang. How has it been that long? Seriously. Oh. Alright. Yeah. But yeah, I was cleaning stuff out, trying to find my copy of Wolfskin. Still can't find it. I rediscovered Silver's Edge, though, which I don't remember if there's plant things in it or not, but there's, like, fantasy, magical things in a, I want to say, Viking sort of space, but I can't remember exactly. But in the process, I rediscovered my shirts and stuff, so I figured, when reading about, botanical space pirate lesbians, it was a decent time to bust out, the steampunk droid shirt, because R2 and C3 are awesome, and, seriously, look at that. Silver's Edge. I think that's what it's called, at least. Yeah. That's not the right screen. Okay, one sec. Yeah. Excellent choice. Right. I want to say that one is part of a trilogy, I think. I know there's a second one. I can't remember if there's a third one, or there was talk of a third one or something, but yeah, so there's that. But yeah, like, I was reading through the comments in the book club Discord channel, and like, yes, this freaking book, right? Especially after the interesting, shall we say, shenanigans happening in this, like, this is freaking adorable. This is hilarious. Oh, Ari. This sweetie. Wow. When you look at characters, I know you're like, I mean, I know where you were going, but oh no. But also, this is totally me. Ari. Oh man. Also, let's see. One sec. Just because I know that if I don't look at it, it's going to be annoying me. And apparently I have a message. Alright, one sec. So there's only... Actually, one sec. Okay. Yeah. So, um, okay, yeah. I need to look more into the species, but just like with Present Healer, and I'm pretty sure I did it with Firekeeper's Daughter too. I made a note of all the species that are mentioned, and because our intrepid main character, who I'm assuming is the cover right here, is a botanist in space. She actually uses the binomial nomenclature for most of the identifications. So I need to do some more research on that to figure whatever. But let me see if I can get this thing to show up. One second. Wrong direction. Article. There we go. Okay. Note, there's a dumb title. Okay. I was not aware of that, but it fits. It fits. Oh, jeez, seriously. It fits so well. So, like, okay, it's showing up. So, at present, right? The first three plants mentioned by name are Barmensis nobu, Mustapha Ellis, and Kaffia Malaxka. All of which, if you look it up, the only responses are a reference to the book, or, like, what was it? I think for Mustafa Ellis, it was Ellis. Apparently food's ready. The only responses for Barmensis Nobu are the book. For Mustafa Ellis, it was the book and an article written by someone named Mustafa, I think. And Kaffia, it was just various types of coffee. If you try looking it up, it sounds like you get violets. Maybe. Actually. will I have this up? Might as well. Oh yeah. Which would make sense. Because the only one that I knew just right off was like, I mean, there's different kinds of peas, but they're in space, and it's the year 35 something, going off Ari's passcode if it's her birthday. So it would, in theory, have the year as the last 4 digits. So it'd be like 35, 43 or whatever it was. And they're in space, so I figured, having a also since died mashed Gaius Cassius commences. Also some yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Especially because, like, I was trying to look everything up on the phone, and that didn't really want to work. No, no, no. Use the Google. Come on. There we go. There we go. Alright. Wait. Huh. Let's see. Okay, curiosity here. What is this? Right. No idea. Anyway. Was finally seen in CFS clinic and diagnosed. Oh, yay. Yay for actual diagnosis. That's awesome. Okay. Is it gonna let me do the thing? There we go. Yay, hug. Okay. That's not how you spell that. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. So far, is a bit of an odd one. But Quercus alba is very definitely the white oak. So there's potentially some odd ones there, but there we go. Oh, Fonzie, okay. Been a while due to life and Twitch not. Come on. Letting me follow for a while. Seems like from the last time. Got a new computer that functions better, and of course, I like when I can. How are you? Also, how is the book? It's not so much that the computer functions better, it's just that I've figured out how to deal with its BS shenanigans. Because apparently, Stream does not like Chrome and dies horribly, but it's okay with Edge, for whatever reason. Come on. What are you doing, dude? Stop. Stop. Ay. Why? 1 second. I temporarily cannot see the chat because it has decided to be a jerk face. Okay, there we go. That's no, exit that. Okay, there we go. Another sword there. Hello. I know you just started. Ah, yes. Ow. Alright. Apparently my collarbone needed to crack, so thanks for the stretch on that one. If you heard a pop, which you probably did because the mic's right there, it was this. Okay. Alright. What specs do you have? Also, what OBS do you have? Yeah. I've got Stream Elements. That's also part of it because I was trying to use Streamlabs for a while and it kept dying and not working properly, so I switched to Stream Elements and it seems to be happier. So yeah, there's that. It's I don't know, i5 laptop. So yeah, but yeah, the book is going pretty well so far, which like I keep forgetting that because there's certain tropes and certain like elements that are like top tier for me, right? Like characters just having a chill time of it and solving crimes, well, based out of a coffee shop is one of them. Also, like historical fiction, and somehow I keep forgetting that like queer sci-fi shenanigans is definitely part of that too. Like fantasy, I remember, like regardless of anything else, but somehow I forget that sci-fi is very definitely a thing. Which, I mean, the droids are, how do I forget that? Handles the slave owner thing really well too. Yeah, exactly. Like, seriously. And just, okay, alright. Just to have a marker for where I was gonna stop reading, I put the tab at the start of chapter 7, and one of the first lines is a reference to the latest quarterly issue of Botany Today, which, okay, alright. Let me just make sure that's not real quick. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Also, let me just say, right? Yeah, periodics existing in 2500. It's like, yes! Science shenanigans. Like, okay. I can't find the original pop socket that I was using with the rose on it. It's around here somewhere. But I needed one and ended up switching to the B one that that I know y'all have seen, at least in passing, right? With the flower one, I could put this down somewhere and it was fine. With the bee one, though, I put it on the back of a chair, and this dude has fallen off of things so many times. So it's like, it's got wings now, so it's trying to fly away. Like, no, what? But yeah, anyway. Some regular OBS with stream elements, add on the system. Yeah. Yeah, basically. Basically, yeah. But yeah, regular stream elements. But yeah, it handles the slave owner thing pretty well. There's still that element in the power dynamic, but then you also have, just from the power thing, yes, we have infected the pop socket with bee chaos. Basically, is what I'm saying. Basically, yes. But on top of everything else, right? You have assistant, which, as as lovely as the plant was, it, if you have, like, you have someone who you're trying to think up a name for, Why is the only thing coming to mind to name the person, at least temporarily, Bermensis? Alright. Really? Of all of the things, like, she's able to name things. Like, she named the insects just fine. But, like, what? Also, I-5 isn't always the best, especially with slobs. Yeah, no. It has its issues. But, there we go. I still have yet to be able to run Clip Studio with any kind of regular frequency while OBS is going. But it seems to like the camera okay. So there's that. We forgot that Gaius Cassius Parmensis, we think was a famous Roman general. Actually, let's see. Roman politician and Latin writer of the late Roman Republic. He was one of the assassins of Caesar. Yeah. Yep. Indeed. If I remember right, Nova was a shogun in the Warring States period who kicked Ceres' ass. Yeah. Yeah, no, I remember the name in conjunction with some serious battle situations there. Yeah. Okay. So, who's that? Yeah. Yeah. So, it'll be interesting for that one. Also, right, political assassination. It's a theme. Character symbolism. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Foreshadowing, perhaps? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Don't know. Also, right? Like, can we all just take a minute to appreciate, like, Ari's super-tastic, awesome, like, science powers? Cause, like, she's pretty well removed from almost everything, really. Everyone thinks that she's freaking weird, and no one wants to talk to her, and whenever anyone does talk to her, it's about something completely irrelevant to anything that she's actually interested in. But, I, she wants to help people and be able to do good in society, and has been questioning the existence of slavery as a practice since she was like, what? It doesn't say outright how old she is, just that her mom died 13 years ago, and she's been questioning slavery as a practice since she was a kid. So, let's say she was, I don't know, 18, 20, something like that. Yeah. And she's trying to come up with some kind of hybrid pea so that it's more hardy and can help people and feed more people, so that starvation isn't as much of a thing as it is in the current situation that they have going. And like, just, yeah, she's using her skills and her like abilities and whatever, regardless of what anyone else thinks, and regardless of whether or not anyone else can understand it, to try and help the same people that look down on her all the time, because she just genuinely wants to help people. Like, seriously. Like, ah. Sorry. Sorry, you need a hug, honestly. Oh. But you don't make coffee beans straight from the tree, do you? No. You don't generally trim the tree in order to make coffee either. Of course, it depends. Because there is just like with any fruit, you can make a juice sort of thing from the coffee fruit, which is red. The beans themselves would need to generally be processed in order for it to, work, or at least work better. But then there's coffee, like there's green coffee beans. That's a thing. Not familiar with the processing. I don't know. But yeah, I do know though that there are situations where people drink coffee juice, which is from the fruit itself, not from the bean or from the seed. The only time that I've seen that, because I saw it in a store at one point, but I can't remember where it was. It might have been Daiso, it might have been somewhere else. I don't know. But the only time that I've seen it referenced in media is NCIS. Because, if you're familiar with NCIS, pre when did Abby leave? Like season 10, maybe? I don't know. The super cool goth forensic scientist person named Abby. It kind of mainlines coffee juice. I can't remember what it's called in the show though. But that's like big gulp sized cups, like 3 of them a day at least, canonically. Does it taste like coffee? Is it caffeinated? It is caffeinated. I don't know what it tastes like. Can we get you to taste them on stream? If I can find it somewhere, and it's something that I can drink, then I would be fine with testing it on stream. It depends, because if it's a coffee thing at Daiso, half the time there's like milk mixed in with stuff. But if it's a thing that I can find and isn't gonna kill me, then we're good. Then I would be fine with trying it out. But yeah, no, now it's gonna bug me. Okay. One second. Now it's gonna bug me unless I look it up. Okay. Nope. That's not how you spell coffee. Okay. Nope. Calf Pow. There we go. Oh, seriously. Yeah. No killing Rin. They are the assassin, not the target. I'm glad that my dubious assassination skills are acknowledged, yeah. Much appreciated. Oh man. Alright. Thanks. Okay. Be careful with Googling stuff that brings up the Google near you map on screen. Okay. Ah, nope. No. Just because I needed to blow my nose, so. Huh. Okay. Ah. Yeah. Okay. That just reinforces that I need to do the search and then switch over to the thing. So, alright. Good to know. When I'm editing this to stick it on the YouTubes, I need to remember to take that part out. At the 50-minute mark, probably, yeah. Ha! Alright. Good to know. Good to know. But yeah. So far in this bunch of adorably awkward shenanigans, there's we have our resident we put a marker during the nose blow, so a little before that. Okay, got it. Thank you much. Thank you much. So we've got our adorably awkward resident scientist who never leaves her apartment, essentially, and has a fairly massive garden in there, like with trees and all kinds of other fabulous, fascinating plants and things, and specimen jars and insect friends that just kind of chill wherever they're sitting in the stuff. And assistant, as she's called at the moment, who was captured and is the sole surviving member of a pirate crew, who at this point is thought to have been a slave on the pirate ship and is still a slave but has been handed over to Ari, our main character. And the lily is the symbol of the pirate queen, who the ship was was part of the fleet for. So, Queen Mer. I'm not so great with accents on letters, admittedly. On the back, it's M-I-R. Let me see if I can find an example. Because in the rest of the text, it's there's a not a hyphen. Linguistic brain is apparently offline right now. It's like there's the I and there's the dash coming off the I. Yeah. We liberated you from the pirates so you could be enslaved by us because it's so much better. Like, seriously, the colonialism is strong. So strong with that. Wow. That's. Wow. I apparently don't need my glasses right now. It's fine. It's fine. Accent mark. Yeah. Wow. Jeez. Okay. Dropping frames. Good to know. Alright, we're at 4% drop, which is good, but it's cycling through. It's staying on green for right now, but it's cycling through green, red, and yellow pretty fast, so yeah. Hilarious that it was literal. Exactly. Exactly. In light of the stuff, let me just do a search and then I'll switch over. So, depending on the type of lily and context, whatever, because we've got the lily and the crown, presumably, because at this point, after chapter 6, we know that Mars fleet has the lily as the symbol, and they're going against the Imperial Guard. Presumably. Imperial something, but I can't remember what the actual phrase was. But all of the battle scrimmages, whatever you want to call them, mirror. Okay, there we go. Which one is which can be either. It's pronounced mirror. Okay. So, so we've got, there's some that it's purity and fertility. No, come on. There we go. For some, it's the funeral flower, which, like that. Yeah, okay. So, the white stargazer lily tends to be the one associated with bad news, and also tends to be the one associated with death, far as I know. The soul symbolizes the soul of the departed that's received restored innocence after death. Yeah. Purity and virtue. That's one thing. Yeah. Calla lilies, yeah. Associate those funerals too. Yeah, they. I can't remember if it's the calla lily or the stargazer. It's the calla lily. But they're in funerary arrangements so much that, like, okay. Nope, don't. Nope. So we've got Abbott. They're in funerary arrangements so much, and I went to so many funerals when I was a kid that, like, and they have such a pungent smell that as much as I like flowers, and as much as working in a florist shop is a thing that I've wanted to do sometimes, that's one of, if not the dominant smell most of the time. So, like, I know it's a flower, but it smells like death. Just like walking into a random place. Oh, I did not know that. There are also spider lilies and tiger lilies. Yeah. The lily is historically reserved for royalty as a coat of arms. I did not know that. That is very cool. That would also explain why it's the signifier of the pirate queen. Really. Alright. And it doesn't say a color associated with it. All we really have to go off is the cover, where we've got red and white. So, yeah. Alright. So that's the page we were just looking at, if you wanna check it out. Okay. Hmm. Also, just random side thing. The lily, it depends. Like, flowers are seen as generally being, I don't know, beautiful in their own right, just for themselves. And you've got the phrase gilding the lily that we translate to adding unnecessary ornamentation to something that's already beautiful and right. So interesting things there. Yes. All right. Like, okay, just a logistical question here, right? I know that in order to set it up, what was it? What was it? I can't remember where it was in here. Yeah. So in order to have the space she required, Ari ended up in one of the family set of rooms instead of like a single. But like, they're on a space station in deep space, from what I can tell. On the very edge of Imperial territory. And like, from the setup in the first bit, there's gonna be some conflict in the other bits. Because you've got the pirates that are oddly quiet at the moment. You've got the Imperial forces that don't really seem to be doing much of anything and are completely disorganized. With a few exceptions. And you have one of the neighboring planetary systems, that is probably going to be making moves against the Empire soonish. If for no other reason than it was mentioned in like chapter 5. Where was it going with that? I don't remember. Okay. So we've got a space station that we know was retrofitted and upgraded and stuff before Ari's dad took over as station master. So we know that there were some renovations that happened. We know that she's got a larger space than she would have gotten otherwise. But, like, they're on a space station, and her private quarters have enough space for an actual veritable forest sort of thing with oak trees and various other trees that are big enough that they're big enough that someone can and sometimes needs to climb up into the canopy in order to take samples and get readings. Which only really seen that in certain aspects of, like, the high-tech labs in Star Trek. Which, that's cool if that's a thing, which apparently that's a thing. So, yeah, alright. We've got space botanical shenanigans and all kinds of awesome. And also, apparently, what was it? Apparently, cleaning a cooling unit is not a fun job. Which, like, kind of expected at that point, but, like, hey, jeez. Yeah, no. It. Honestly. But, like, I can understand, people wanting to have her go have friends and interact with folks, because, like, yeah, whatever. But when you're the weird one, or more weird than some others in your particular area, regardless of pretty much anything else, like, you just kind of keep to your own devices after a while, right? And, like, plants and animals don't judge you. They might think that you're an incompetent hunter and then go leave mice in your shoes or something. But because, like, yes, my human is dense. Here, have food. But, like, they don't judge you. They don't, like, actively insult you. They just kind of, like, oh, well, okay, you need some assistance. Okay, that's fine. And whenever Ari's talking about why she doesn't have a lot of people come visit or anything, it's like, my plants like me. They don't talk about me behind my back or tell me to stop asking questions or make me feel stupid or ugly. Like, that's And a forest powers the TARDIS life support. Okay, I need to rewatch Doctor Who. Wow. Okay. What? Have a good lurk, Fonzie. Depends on the animal. Panda totally judge people and all bulldogs. Bulldogs? But yeah, no, like totally. There's some animals that like will just look at you and like no. Like there's sometimes that my cats do that, but like in a general blanket thing. And if they judge you, it's just like they're looking at you like, uh-huh, okay, you're gonna, oh right, yeah, no, you're gonna do that, are you? Okay. But they're upfront about it, I should say. They're not gonna, like, animals might judge you, but they're upfront about it, and tend to be pretty, transparent. Like, if it's, you're stupid and I don't like you, then you see that. Or they might just, like, ignore that you exist or something. They're not, oh, hi! It's been so long, I haven't seen you in forever, wow. And then, like, go off to the side, why are they here? No one wants them here, no. Like, that's not a thing. So, dogs who play fetch, yes, and I are hyper focused on balls. Understandable. Really. Yeah. I was trying to figure out for a second why I had marked a plant name and then realized that it's because it's from, like, what was it? Chapter 8. And I just flipped the book to some random page. Alright. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Because, like, if you're gonna if you're gonna be snarky and judgy about something, that's fine. Whatever. Just, like, be transparent about it, you know? Because there's sometimes that it works. But if it's, like, the two-faced, like, covert shenanigans, that's when it gets irritating. Alright. Did you read ahead? I had to work so hard not to. I did not. No. No, I did not. But, like now, though. Now, I want to read the book. Okay. Alright. Just to see, right? I wanted to see like how many pages and whatnot were in there. We've got, I don't know, to 66. No, 65 was the first 6 chapters, and then 66 to 175, so like 111 is the next 7 chapters. So I don't know. And yet, there's a plant name in chapter 8. No, like, I opened it because all the plant names are in italics. And so far, at least, there's no flashbacks or anything. So the only things in italics are the plant names. So, like, I don't know, I just opened it to some random page, looked down, and there was italics, so I was like, wait a second, why do you not have a tab? Alright, that, yeah. So, that's it. But, like, just to see, I flipped through to like 14, because, 13 chapters, like, 7 to 13, it was pretty bulky, like, more so than the first 7, or first 6. And just to see, like, oh, okay, so that's the end of 13. Where's the end of 14? Ah, right. Chapter 6 is 3.5 pages. Chapter 14 is 3.5 pages, too, so there's that. Yay, hugs. Yeah, that. So, like, there might be flashback things in here. I don't know. But, yes. So, a thing for this, right? Unlike in the Prison Healer, where there's, like, entire pages in italics. Entire freaking epic pages in italics. Like so. The first 3.5 pages of chapter 12 in this thing are in italics. Also, wait a second. Is it the font? Is that what was messing with me? One sec, guys. Let me see. That's part of it. That's part of why it was so irritating. What's it? Yeah. This right here, we're using Times New Roman. So 3.5 pages of Times New Roman in italics. Versus this, that I don't remember what the font name is, but yeah. So that's what we've got. if it's actually picking it. I don't know. What nutrient treatment would they be giving a Quercus alba in the middle of the night? Don't know, actually. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, like, the typeface in this is, yay. This is fabulous. Fabulous, awesome sauce. All the things. Versus that. We love us sometimes New Roman, but like, yeah, I think part of it also is that it's Times New Roman isn't bad, but it's like slightly off. Like instead of bold or something, it's like the thin, the narrow version almost. I think, or it's either that it's narrow or they narrowed the distance between the letters. So I don't know on that one. When I finally get through the last half of this thing, I'll let y'all know that it's not made for great swaths of italics, right? like this font, I could totally read like a whole section that was like that, but yeah, whoever was in charge of that like facet of this, whether it was Sinclair or someone at Yulva Publishing. This right here has a good. This is a good representation of how to use italics in a text. You know, because it's like the scientific naming, and then 1 to 3 words in a sentence for emphasis. You know. So like something is da 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 da. Well, that was kind of amazing. You know. If there is a flashback or a memory of some kind, whatever, indicate that that's what it is. Write in that the perception is changing, something. Don't just like straight up have the first 3 pages of a chapter with no context. Just be like italics for some weird friggin' reason. Yeah, the messed up. Yeah, they messed up with the kerning. I can't remember what it was, but yeah. Like, yes. Give the book a snuggle. Good book. Yes. It is indeed a very good book. Oh. 1 second, please. So we have the lovely text here with the pleasing color palette and the stars and things, right? And giving the book a snuggle. We have the purple cosmic space bat that is also rather enjoying the book read. Hello anyone who might be new to Stream Shenanigans. we make stuffed animal friends sometimes, and it's generally an interesting time. Yeah, it matches Space Bat, and Space Bat is fabulous. Like, honestly, as much as I love and appreciate Bob Thulu over here, right? Yeah, I need to bust his partner out of whatever confines they ended up in. But as much as I love and appreciate Bob Thulu's adorableness, I need to remember not to stuff my characters that full, really. Because, like, his head's kind of squishy, and his arms are right, but, like, we see if it picks up on the mic. Like, that's how solid he is. It works for, like, being a display piece real well, but not so much for Snuggles. I don't know. Versus Space Bat, who's, like, nice and squishy. Yeah. Anyway. Just like, seriously, like, it takes a bit, just like, honestly, just like for this, it takes certain things for me to want to not read something from a particular author. It takes a few things for me to, actively want to read more from a particular author, especially just a couple of chapters in. But, like, this, I wanna read more that's like this, honestly. So through chapter 14 or through end. Let's see. Okay, apparently there's a pretty decent plot point in 13. All right, yeah, 14. Let's go through. What was it? Let's do 7 through 14. Yeah. Fave quote from this section: "I am no longer enraged. I am downgraded to peeved." Yeah. Seriously. Also, like, just the between that and like actually where there it is. No, come. There we go. Yeah, no, like especially because like she seems to think that she's so boring and annoying and no one wants to spend time with her, which is just sad in and of itself, right? But like with that as the context, it makes sense as to why Ari does particular things. But communication is important. Right? Why is there a come on? Why is there a handbook? There we go. But yeah, like also, we don't because the main focus is Ari and assistant. We don't really see all that many other characters, which is fine. But it is interesting that like we've got Ari trying to essentially set assistant up with someone so that she can be happy and whatever. Who's a massive jerk apparently. And what if they communicated? There would be less cute tension. I know it's for like dramatic purposes and stuff. And in this, it's like, okay, fine. As opposed to some of the other books that we've read where it's like, can y'all just talk? Cause this is getting irritating. But like, what was it? So like the first chapter, right? The head royal botanist guy shows up, Dr. Phylexis, right? And on the surface, dude seems alright. But like, what was it? When they're walking around the garden for like 4 hours, right? He'd apparently enjoyed himself and had many nice things to say about Ari's work, plus several suggestions that Ari vowed fervently she would take to heart. He also seemed to enjoy patting Ari on the shoulder a great deal, or putting his hand on her back. Well, maybe that was how they did things on Homeworld. People must be a great deal more urbane and sophisticated there. Ari certainly didn't know. Like, On the one hand, is dude being weird? Or on the other hand, is it just like, ah, yes, you did a good job. Good job, shoulder pats. Like, But then, she's handing off the Fermentus Nobu plant that she spent, like, ages getting to flower properly and look cool. And all he does is, like, give it a polite, oh, yeah, okay. And tell her to look him up if she's ever on the homeworld. At least. Like, what? And then we have Ari's dad, who is very much not of the mind that slavery is a bad thing in any capacity, which, lovely, and isn't doing so good on the health front, apparently. So, like, the limited knowledge, the limited exposure that we as the readers have to the menfolk on the station currently, the guys that routinely interact with our main characters, isn't that great. Just as a general. That and her dad seems like, even though they're on the same station and there's only like 4,000 people there, it's not that big of a group, he still manages to be absent like 90-something% of the time. So, again, not that great. But, the dynamic between the two leads works. Alright. But if they communicated, there would be less acute tension. Which honestly explains a lot of tropes that aren't helpful. Healthy is not good storytelling. Yeah. There's that. And then you have the situations where, like, people are actually openly communicating, and you know that someone would come up with, like, but this is just exposition. They're just sitting there having a chat. That's boring. There's no tension. Like, healthy relationships with a little bit of drama, a little bit, and decent communication. Like, that's a thing that can exist. But there we go. I don't know. I am looking forward to seeing what kinds of shenanigans happen in this, though. Honestly. Alright. Okay. So. We think Ari and Mara will get there. Yeah, no. They definitely need to get through a few things, because it's not like there's any baggage on either side at all. Like mistaken identity and all that, which honestly, like, what's the line? What's the line here? Where is it? I don't remember where it was. Anyway, so like, I forget where it is in here, but there's a point, cause like Ari's all gung ho about the royal botanist guy showing up. It's like, oh yeah. So there's someone who's come into the quarters, and oh yes, it's obviously the doctor, and it's bustling around and stuff, and then the doctor comes in, and there's this, and like the slave who had been a slave on the pirate ship, he's sitting there like, I mean, it's I forget what the actual line was, but it was something like, there has been so much mistaken identity today, or something to that effect, and reading into the not so quite hidden subtext of like identity and all of that. It's like, yes, well, I mean, I've been mistaken for this lowly peon, so like, we'll just, I mean, it's kind of annoying, but like, in order to not get dead, we'll just go with that until something happens. Yeah. Alright. Seriously. This is fairly healthy. I mean, no insta-love, no kisses even yet. True. Of course, Ari seems to think that there's something wrong with her, or that she's got a fever or something. So, we'll see how that pans out. So, yeah, there's that. I don't know. But yeah, so, there's that. That's kind of all I've got for the moment. Anyone have other observations or what's it? I don't know. anything you'd like to share with the class, as it were? That's fine. Bedtime over here. Understandable. Understandable. Okay, so if nobody has anything else that they would like to share, let's see. Well, do we want to do a raid? And if we want to do a raid, do we want to do a raid on animals, art things, or something else? We observe that we are like, we did. And then you start talking books. Sparkle mode activate. I mean, fair. Fair. Lazarus is really a bookworm with no one to talk. Aw. Yeah. Lazarus was not really a bookworm with no one to talk to books. Wow, I can't read. Okay. Lazarus was really a bookworm with no one to talk books to until Jesus. Yeah. Understandable. Or Jesus. Which pronunciation we're going with. Alright. So we've got... What do we think? There's Russell Stewart doing art. Potchfad doing art stuff like graffiti style. We've got what? There were bunnies. There were bunnies like 2 seconds ago. Where'd they go? Did they? What? Did the bunnies go? Where'd they go? No, there they are. So there's bunnies. About coffee quills, NaNoWriMo, or animals of cuteness. Ooh. We're halfway through November. I totally forgot NaNoWriMo was a thing. Alright. I know I'm familiar with coffee quills, but am I? Did I follow them already? I think so. Why? No, no, okay. One sec, guys. I was trying to go jump over there so I can see what they're doing and ended up doing full screen. Okay. Yikes. Yeah, no, we can go visit the bunnies if you want to visit the bunnies. That's fine. Let me just follow that. The bun buns. Because the bun buns are adorable. If it ever decides actually go. Okay. Alright, so audio's off. Yeah. If it ever decides to actually load, that would be good. Just hit 100. Ooh. Yeah, no, I need to come up with something for you guys to actually use the magic acorns for, because, like, yeah, it's a lot. Yay for 100k, though. Awesome sauce. Don't you know what we're watching? I do not see bunnies at the moment. Good night, friend. Have a good sleep. I will see you later, everyone. Have a fabulous rest of your day, evening, nighttime, whatever it is, and I will see you later. Alright. Let's go. If it actually works, I don't know. I don't know if there's bunnies. There might be bunnies. There should be bunnies, because it's the bunny channel, but, like, there might be fish. Look like a pond. I don't know.